movie, neither the Onslaught nor the new villain Aloysius O'Hare are to blame. And yes, I sang it. It's the way I remember how to pronounce his name. Every song in this movie is a bop. The movie itself, yeah, questionable quality, but man, the songs are just delightful, obnoxious for everyone involved, unclear. Anyway, the villains of this movie aren't the villains here. Rejoice, all you Onceler and Greedler shippers. How bad can they be? Not as bad as you might think, you see. Meanwhile, the characters that the movie is trying to cast in the role of heroes aren't quite as heroic as they might seem. The long and short of it all is that no one understood this story, which is just a wee bit concerning since in a very literal way, the fate of the world is its message. For starters, let's take a look at the main villain of the story. Onceler, an enterprising businessman who chops down all of the truffle trees to manufacture these wildly popular garments called thneeds. But in this new Lorax movie, that's all in the past. It's a story within a story. In the present day of the film, we're living in the present of the Onceler. There are 0 trees, and the one city that we see is a consumerist mecca run by a new businessman who's come to power, Aloysius O'Hare, who built his empire on selling bottled air.
And became a zillionaire!
While Mr. O'Hare officially is a businessman, he basically just runs the place.
Everyone round here works for me.
And he has his own secret police that try to stop our main character Ted when he attempts to sneak out of town. Thneedville is basically a corporatocracy, a word that sounds like it was made up in a Dr. Seuss book, but nope, it's actually right here in the dictionary, because truth is more ridiculous than fiction sometimes. The business model of O'Hare's Air Company, we're told, is that bottled air is made in a factory which manufactures plastic bottles.
You gotta be kidding me. You really think people are stupid enough to buy this?
Our research shows that if you put something in a plastic bottle, people will buy it.
Of course, there's an obvious conflict of interest here. The factories that manufacture O'Hare's plastic bottles spew smog, which in turn drives more people to buy bottled air.
The more smog in the sky, the more people will buy.
But if you take a closer look at what's going on, O'Hare might not be the villain that the movie sets him out to be. Because as much as what I've described sounds like a dystopia, if you look at actual lives led by the people in Thneedville, the movie actually tells us a completely different story. For starters, the most dystopian part of this might be the idea that people are paying for air. It'd be pretty dang evil if O'Hare monopolized the most vital resource of all and then locked them behind a paywall, forcing people to pay him if they want to live. But that's not what's happening here. It's not as if everyone in this society is spending their lives strapped to an oxygen tank. Sure, some of them buy bottled air for their homes, but they can just go outside